Welcome back to WACS Sports. Let's get into it. First segment, let's get up to date. Varsity Girls Soccer is at JFK on Friday. Varsity Girls Tennis has a match in Eden on Wednesday and has a match versus Clarence. Varsity Boys Soccer has a game against Holly. Varsity Boys and Girls Cross Country compete at Eden on Tuesday next week. On Wednesday next week, Varsity Girls Swim goes to Depew. Next week, on Friday, your Alden Bulldogs play Newfane for homecoming. Themes of pink out. Be there. Let's move on to our next segment. Leave it to the pros. This week, the Jacksonville Jaguars played the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football, where the Bills destroyed the Jacksonville Jaguars for a total of 47-10. The game was already set away in the first half, where the Bills took a dominating lead, with Allen throwing 3 touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown from James Cook. The Bills are off to Baltimore next week to play Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Go Bills! Cheyenne DeFedericis is a junior on the girls' varsity swim team. This is her 4th year swimming at the varsity level. She has not disappointed this team, as she has continuously impressed the swimming community with her skills and times. So far this season, Cheyenne has qualified for both ECICs and Class C in both 100-yard freestyle with a time of 102.28, a 50-yard freestyle with a time of 27.93, 500-yard freestyle with a time of 6:35.08, 100-yard butterfly with a time of 2:36.02. Her times have brought the team to 3 wins this season, and we are undefeated. Moving on to our next segment, Athlete of the Week. We got one of our Athletes of the Week right here, Cheyenne. What's one thing that sets you apart from the rest of your team?
I'd say just working hard and getting into practice on time and giving it like all your effort.
What's one thing as an Athlete of the Week winner did you do to set yourself apart and achieve Athlete of the Week?
Helping with things like putting the lane lines in, taking the lane lines out, and doing well at the swim meets.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Junior co-captain Evan Fighter placed an impressive 5th out of 260 male finishers at the 19th Queensberry Antarctic Cross Country Invitational this past Saturday. Crossing the finish line in his lifetime best 5K cross country time of 16:05.3. Evan is now ranked the top 10 among all boys Class C cross country runners.
We have another Athlete of the Week, Evan Fighter, for boys cross country. What's one goal for the rest of the season do you have after receiving this award?
I kind of just want to keep getting faster, keep getting better times. I want to place well at the state meet. Yeah.
What's one thing you can build off this achievement going into the future?
Well, I think definitely just gotta keep practicing, keep running a bunch, just try to
keep getting better.
Yeah, keep building up.
Thank you for coming on the show this week.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Great job. Welcome back to Fantasy Fix. John Cook, me. Let's talk some football.
Before we start today, we got to address last week's rather lackluster predictions. We were talking about Ramondre Stevenson, and we were hyping him up a bit. He dropped 0.3 points. Very disappointing performance. Yeah. So.
Also, we have to give a little sorry to Dalton Kincaid. We were a little mean to him. Then he decided to show us up.
I still think Kincaid is a little worrisome. A lot of his points, came from a touchdown last week.
Yeah.
Didn't get a whole lot of receptions, but I think he's definitely going to be better than he was.
Yeah.
Okay, today we're going to start off talking about our risers and fallers for the week, and the first guy I want to talk about is Rashee Rice. This guy was being drafted in the 7th round for some reason. I think now looking back at it, we should have been drafting this guy way better.
100%.
His last 3 weeks, he's been on a tear with Mahomes as his QB1. Coming into the season, there's a lot of questions about him.
Especially with the allegations.
Yeah, he had the car accident and stuff. People thought he was going to get suspended. And then Marquise Brown joining the team, so people thought, competition share.
Yep.
And people were drafting him low, 7th round low, which is honestly absurd. But now that Marquise Brown's out the season and no suspensions coming his way, it looks like he's looking like a top 5 receiver the rest of the season. He's averaging like 21 points or something, averaging like 9.5 targets. He's looking like an elite fantasy receiver right now. And because you got the best quarterback in the league and
100%.
you're an elite receiver,
you're number one on the team right now.
Yeah.
Pacheco's gone. Travis Kelce vanished.
Yeah, Kelsey's been playing bad. There's honestly not a whole lot of competition on his team, and Rashee Rice is like the only guy that honestly is like the only bright spot on the team. So they're going to keep feeding him, and I think he's going to continue to eat through these upcoming weeks and be elite receiver.
Another riser we chose for this week is Deontay Johnson on the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, Deontay Johnson had awful first 2 weeks. Honestly, the Panthers in general are pretty
Bryce Young.
awful. Yeah. But now, yeah, Bryce Young just recently got benched, and people are saying, why are you benching your draft pick? But then Andy Dalton comes in and
Lights up.
threw for like three touchdowns?
I believe so.
I don't know. He's been going crazy. And with that, Deontay Johnson saw 14 at the targets this week and 122 yards or something like that.
That's insane.
So he's looking great right now. I don't think the production's going to last. They're still the Panthers, but I think, he's a good flex option or a low-end receiver too rest of the season. Because Andy Dalton, if he keeps it up, I think Deontay Johnson's going to be a good player.
And there really is no other options on that team. It's Deontay Johnson.
I actually don't even know the other receiver for the
Chuba Hubbard.
Panthers. Chuba Hubbard. Well, Jonathan Brooks is coming back. Chuba Hubbard's going to fall too. Next, faller of the week. Sad to say, Tyreek Hill. He was being drafted top 3 in a lot of people's drafts, but
I think he went number 1 in ours.
did he?
I believe so.
I think he did, yeah. But it's not the fact that he's playing bad. It's more about the situation he's in right now. Tua gets hurt with a concussion. He's probably be out the season or a big chunk of it.
Skylar goes down.
Skylar Thompson comes in, and he goes down late into the game. Even when Skylar was healthy, he was doing off. I think Tyreek had like 5 points.
A-Chain got the
targets.
rock.
Yeah. I was thinking, with Tyreek, being their main guy on the team, I'm thinking you're a bad quarterback. You're going to want to give it to your best weapon. You're going to force feed Tyreek, but obviously that wasn't the case. So if I was a fantasy manager with Tyreek, I wouldn't full panic yet. He's still Tyreek Hill. He'd still be that guy, but I definitely think he's almost out of top 10 receivers right now. But
if you can fleece someone into an amazing trade for you,
just off name value,
just get off Tyreek.
Yeah, you can.
Next, booms and dooms for the week. People who you should start, who you should sit. We're going to start off with the booms. One of the booms we have is Jawan Jennings. He had an amazing week this week, 46.5 points.
Yeah, honestly, it came out of nowhere. I think with Deebo Samuel out, CMC out, I think George Kittle's out too. People are thinking, all right, this is Ayuk's turn to feast. But Ayuk, did nothing. Jawan Jennings had like 46 points, 3 touchdowns. He was the workhorse of that team, which was honestly surprising, yeah.
Honestly, I think Jawan Jennings will keep this up for at least 2 or 3 more games.
Yeah,
Brandon Ayuk missed the entire preseason and had no connections with Brock Purdy.
There's no chemistry there. They're looking rusty. And Jawan Jennings, he's been
there for a while.
Yeah, they got the experience with him. And I think continuing on, he's obviously not going to be dropping 40 every week.
It'll be like
but I
15, 18, somewhere in there.
I think he's a good flex for the next 2 weeks until Deebo, 2-3 weeks until Deebo comes back and CMC. But it was honestly out of nowhere because I'm glad I wasn't playing him this week. That would have been bad.
Another boom we have is Tyler Lockett. K9's coming back. I don't feel like he's going to be there 100%. And they're playing the worst. Yeah, he's going to have the worst. He's playing the worst Detroit defense.
Yeah, honestly, I think Detroit this season or coming into this game, they're going to be focused more on DK, Metcalf, and Jackson Smith-Njigba. Tyler Lockett hasn't really had that game yet where he just balls out like he had a couple last year. So I think this is his game where he gets those 9 reception game for 80 yards, and that's a solid 16. It's going to be a good game for him, I think. I think it's going to be good.
Now it's time to move to the dooms. Our dooms this week are Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews. They're playing against a notorious good linebacker group in the Buffalo Bills at home.
Yeah, and honestly, the offense in general for the Ravens hasn't looked very good as recent, especially Mark Andrews. But I don't think they're like the third option on this team. I think they're going to want to run the ball first, then they go to Zay, and then they go to the tight ends. And then again, they're splitting the reps. So even if they're going to the tight ends a lot, maybe they throw 10 times. It's going to be like a 4 for Mark Andrews and a 2 for Likely. I don't think either of them are a reliable start. Obviously, if that's your only tight end, I guess start him. But I think you could almost look for a waiver wire pickup this week, like Mike Gesicki or something to replace Andrews. I don't like Andrews this week or Likely, honestly.
We're introducing this one special player, a 50-50. Either he's going to shine or he's going to fall. Yeah. We have Malik Neighbors on Thursday Night Football against the Cowboys.
Yeah, Malik's been balling as of recent. He's been getting forced by Daniel Jones. So I think he's obviously a high level. I think he's almost a top 10 receiver at this point. But again, your quarterback's still Daniel Jones. You're still the Giants, and you're playing a great Cowboys defense that's shown throughout the last couple of years that they're elite.
They're top 5,
and they could shut down any receiver. So I don't know. It's a flip of the coin. I think he's either going to excel and just blow his projections, grab a 30 bomb, or he's going to be 8, 7. I don't know. It's very inconsistent. So start him this week. I think no matter what, you start him. But just know there's that small chance that he might just drop a turd and do nothing. So,
Well, good luck this week, guys.
yep. Win your matchups or something
Yep.
All right.
See you next week.
on Fantasy Fix.